So, what I'd like you to do first is to find the right posture for meditation. This can be on a chair like me or on the floor. And the posture that we're taught according to Vairocana, the Buddha Vairocana or Vairocana, each of the postures has significance, but it's also designed so that it's a position that we can maintain for a long time. Because when our meditation improves and we're able to sit and concentrate, then actually we want to have built up good habits. So, as you're aware, the most important aspect of the posture is having a straight back. And sometimes it's described like it should be like coins piled up on one another so that they wouldn't fall. So it's got to have that steadiness of being straight up to the point of our neck and our head, which is just very slightly forward. And for me, I really notice if I've got my neck in the wrong position, how much difference that makes to the posture. Because, if I have my head back, I'm really aware of my mind going all over the place. And if I have my head too low, that increases the sleepiness. So sometimes just to improve your alertness, you can just adjust your neck slightly. And your legs can be in the lotus or half lotus position, or placed on the floor if you're sitting in a chair. And the traditional hand gesture is the left hand holding the right hand and coming up so that the thumbs join. One explanation is that this also refers to method and wisdom, the two different hands. And ideally, they should sit about 4 finger widths below the navel. Although for most of us we do slip into putting them in our laps. And our elbows should be a little way away from our body so that air can circulate. And then you come to your face and the other features connected to that. So your eyes are just very slightly open at a 45-degree angle, not really focusing or looking, but just looking down. This really helps with alertness. But again, many of us close our eyes in order to concentrate. So I'll invite you to experiment and see how it works for you. But particularly think when you're sleepy, think a little bit about opening your eyes. And actually sometimes it helps with the concentration. And sometimes people like to start with their eyes closed and then open them a little. So you can experiment with this. And your tongue rests on the hard palate behind your top teeth. And your jaw shouldn't be too tense. It should be, your mouth's closed, but it's not rigidly tight. And this position in the mouth helps you not make too much saliva and be bothered, struggling trying to swallow and things like that. It's a natural position. And again, all the muscles in your face and your head shouldn't be all scrunched up and tight. They should be relaxed. Relaxed, but not, not like we would be if we were lying down on our beds. That's a different kind of relaxed. This is just not holding tension. And this is true throughout your body. So scan and check your own posture. We won't go through the posture in great detail every session, but just remember these points and from time to time check your posture, because your posture helps the concentration. So scan your body, check that the different points of the posture are correct. And then just spend a few minutes focusing on your breath. Particularly, rather than follow the breath around the body, just notice it at the point below the nostrils. It's a different sensation as you go in and out. And it helps bring our attention into the present and refine our concentration. Just sitting in this position, aware of our breath in this way, is itself very peaceful. Calm, relaxed, alert. And then I'd like to invite you to visualize Buddha Shakyamuni in front of you. Life size. A couple of arm spans in front of you, made of golden light, but very much alive. Actually see him sitting here with us. Or if you're not used to visualizing, have a feeling that because we've invited the Buddha, he's joined us this evening. He sits on a golden throne that's supported by 8 snow lions, 2 in each corner. He sits on a lotus, a sun and a moon seat. All of these are the nature of light. He's wearing the saffron robes of a monk, again made of light. And because of his great realizations, they don't actually touch his body, they sit just a little way away, an inch or so away from his body. Has all the marks of a Buddha. His earlobes are very long. His lips are ruby red. His teeth bright white. His eyes are wide and narrow, wide in the sort of width sense, not so, more like Asian eyes in their, the way they sit. And he has blue-black hair piled up into a top knot, called a Nushnishna knot. And each hair, each blue-black hair is curled individually. So Buddha is living and breathing and alive in front of you. But his whole appearance and all the throne and his robes, etc., his whole appearance is made of golden light. And imagine that he's looking at you. His face is absolutely serene, so peaceful and joyful. He's happy that we're all here tonight doing this practice. He's happy because he was enlightened in order that all beings would be relieved of suffering. So taking steps towards that goal, he's very happy for us that we're taking a step away from suffering. So Buddha was the individual that taught these teachings, the Mahamudra teachings. as a method to eradicate the suffering of sentient beings. He's the teacher, he's the example. Feel that out of every pore of the Buddha, golden light emanates. Imagine that it's reaching out to all sentient beings. We were just talking briefly about why you came this evening. And your intentions may have been very pure. But now try and enlarge them to the universal responsibility of wishing to take enlightenment for the sake of all sentient beings. Try and make this aspiration from your heart something you feel deeply. Because all my mother sentient beings suffer, I must do everything I can to free them from that suffering. So I need to purify my own mind and develop all the good qualities. And in order to do that, I can rely on the Buddha, the Dharma, the method, and the Sangha, all of those who have realized emptiness directly. So we'll recite together the refuge and bodhicitta prayer that you have.
Sange badu dani gyapsuchi, dagi junyan gi pesonongi, gola penju sanye do parasho.
And now we imagine that Buddha is blessing our body, speech and mind. When I say imagine, the Buddha actually is blessing our body, speech and mind if we invite that. But we're visualizing, so in that sense. And we visualize that white light comes from the crown of the Buddha to our crown to purify and bless our body. And imagine this white light comes through our crown and fills our whole body. And from Buddha's throat chakra comes red light to our throat chakra, purifying and blessing our speech. Again, completely filling us through our throat chakra, so that our speech is purified and blessed. And then from Buddha's heart comes blue light to our heart chakra, completely filling us, purifying and blessing our mind. And then imagine that the throne and the lotus, the sun and the moon seat, in succession, all dissolve into Buddha, who becomes smaller. But his light and radiance becomes no less intense. He's just as bright and radiant. And he comes to rest on the crown of our head. He's very small, about the size of a thumbnail. And he comes down through our crown, down our central channel, to rest on a lotus seat at our heart chakra. So now I feel that you have received all the blessings of the Buddha. The blessings of his holy body, speech and mind have become merged with you. And they're blessing you for this retreat. You will gain the most benefit from the various practices. this will take you a step forward towards your enlightenment for the benefit of others.